As you may already know, learned behavior is the conduct that an organism develops and adopts through living daily experiences. A great influence in learned behavior is the environment. This would explain the behaviors of many of the citizens in Macomb County. The most notable learned behavior in this town is racism. Here, eugenics comes into play. What is eugenics, you may ask? Eugenics is a belief or set of ideas developed by Francis Galton. It centers around the idea that feeble-minded people, or in other words, illiterate people, disabled individuals, or lower-class people, shouldn't reproduce, while people considered to have desirable traits should.
A desirable trait, according to eugenics, is wealth, literate capabilities, health, and many more. By limiting and increasing reproduction within groups of people, these desirable traits will become more common. Thus, the quality of human beings is bound to be better, and this is a goal of eugenics. However, here's the problem with eugenics. There was a belief among the whites that black people were inferior. This is how eugenics played a damaging role, creating a so-called justification for racist behavior.
At the beginning of To Kill a Mockingbird, Miss Caroline notices that Scout is literate after asking her to read the alphabet. Learning is a learned behavior, hence its name, so she assumes Atticus taught Scout how to read. She believes it will interfere with Scout's learning, who does not agree with this. Atticus suggests that Scout looks at the situation through her teacher's eyes.
As we grow up, we are taught that if you're a girl, you should wear dresses and play with dolls. Therefore, feminine manners are learned behavior. We are not born knowing how to be feminine. Scout grew up among men. This affected her way of behaving. Her aunt scolds her for not being ladylike numerous times throughout the book. However, Scout doesn't want to be ladylike.
During the trial, Dill found himself overwhelmed by the treatment Mr. Gilmer gave to Tom Robinson in court. Kids just see humans, and adults see beyond that, making racism a learned behavior. People who agree with race superiority tend to believe in the eugenics behind it. In Macomb, the influence of eugenics has led to the injustices Tom Robinson experienced.
In conclusion, learned behavior and eugenics play an important role in the book. The examples we provided show that the children in the story have been influenced by societal behaviors adults present around them. However, the children's disapproval of these ideas only show that racism is a social construct, unreservedly disproving the scientific justification that eugenics attempts to provide for racism. We believe it is important to learn about subjects like eugenics because it exposes the mind to ideas of racist individuals, and by attempting to understand their justification for this behavior, we can learn how to further prove it wrong. Learned behavior is also important to talk about because it helps us identify which behaviors are innate behaviors and which are learned.